Stories that lead this episode of Healthy and Happy Senior Living. Exercise eases arthritis pain. Exercise eases arthritis pain. Type 2 diabetes is, of course, a challenge for so many people. In this Medical News Today article, whole food plant-based diet linked to type 2 diabetes remission. Whole food plant-based diet linked to type 2 diabetes remission. Preserving your purpose and your health as you age. These stories and ever so much more in this episode of Healthy and Happy Senior Living. Hello, my name is Stephen Carter, and I am your host for the Healthy and Happy Senior Living show. Who is this show for? Obviously, if you are a senior, this show is for you. Likewise, if you are a caregiver, whether you're a family caregiver or giving care for a family member, or whether you're a professional caregiver, this show is also for you because we all need to stay aware of the latest research, the best information to help seniors stay healthy and happy. Dr. Stephen Marisser, Ph.D., in a Bottom Line Inc. article entitled Exercise Eases Arthritis Pain, lead paragraph, for people with arthritis, life is governed by pain. You may not even realize how much you've given up if you've been slowly adapting to very progressive new normal. Each adaptation likely represents a narrower range of what you used to be able to do. The author goes on to share details about a study, and the exercise component related to this study tells us 60-minute sessions 3 days a week consisting of aerobic walking for 15 minutes, 20 minutes of moderate resistance training for the body weight using weight machines, a second walking phase for 15 minutes, and a cool down of 10 minutes can contribute to reduced pain. There was a diet component to this study as well. Participants followed a low-caloric diet, 1,100 calories for women, 1,200 calories for men, with 15 to 20% protein, less than 30% fat, and less than 10% saturated fat, along with 45% to 60% of carbohydrates. The control group did not get a diet and exercise plan, but both groups received 5 one-hour nutrition and health education session over 15 months and a phone session every other month. The results? At the end of 18 months, the exercise and diet participants had an average of 30% reduction in pain and lost more weight than the control group. This may not be a big surprise, but it does underscore the importance of the role of exercise and perhaps the role of diet as well in helping reduce arthritis-related pain. There are resources listed in this article, and by the way, this and all articles will be listed in the episode description. Do you have grandchildren or youngsters in your family that you have the opportunity to interact with? In an article from neurosciencenews.com, headline, Childhood Reading Habits Boost Brain and Mental Health in Teens. Childhood reading habits boost brain and mental health in teens. Summary, encouraging children to indulge in reading for pleasure can enhance their cognitive and mental health during adolescence, a recent study reveals. The research involved more than 10,000 young adults from the U.S. And this study discovered that an optimal reading duration of 12 hours per week contributed to improved brain structure and mental health. In addition, the pleasure of reading fostered better verbal learning, memory, and speech development, and showed signs of reduced stress, depression, and behavioral issues. One of the great things you can do as a grandparent or for a youngster who is a family member or you have a relationship with is to read with them. And we're talking about, of course, younger individuals. Read with them, encourage them to read to you. All of that creates a positive emotional connection to the act of reading. Unfortunately, type 2 diabetes is a problem for millions of individuals around the world. In an article from Medical News Today, headline, Whole Food Plant-Based Diet Linked to Type 2 Diabetes Remission. Whole food plant-based diet linked to type 2 diabetes remission. Key points. New research shows that lifestyle interventions, including eating a whole food plant-predominant diet, could result in type 2 diabetes remission. A second finding, plant-predominant diets may help with the reversal of insulin resistance. And a third finding, along with adopting healthier eating habits, weight loss, exercise, stress reduction, and avoiding alcohol can help treat diabetes. By the way, I do want to make it clear, I am not giving anyone any medical advice whatsoever. Talk to your doctor, work with appropriate licensed medical professionals, enlist them as a partner to relieve any medical or psychological condition that you may be experiencing. Caregivers are unsung heroes. This headline from medicalexpress.com, family caregivers who receive a high level of care from a family doctor found to have lower stress levels. Family caregivers who receive high levels of stress, family caregivers who receive a high level of care from a family doctor found to have lower stress levels. Lead paragraph, people caring for family members at home, as in family caregivers, face more substantial psychological and physical challenges than non-caregivers. There's no question that's the case. The paragraph goes on, therefore, healthcare professionals should pay attention to the stress of family caregivers. Although it's been reported that most family caregivers favor psychological support for their caregiving responsibilities from their family doctor, no studies have examined whether the primary care functions of that physician can affect the stress related to caregiving. A new study published in the Journal of General and Family Medicine examined the relationship between a family doctor's primary care function and the stress related to caregiving among family caregivers. The article goes on to describe the study. The number of people participating in this study was 406 family caregivers. And the bottom line here, doctors need to treat not only the patient, but they also need to include the caregiver in that process of treatment. From Bottom Line Inc., headline, Preserving Your Purpose and Your Health as You Age. Preserving your purpose and your health as you age. The article leads with a fact I was unaware of. At age 62, Julie Andrews had lost her singing voice. The removal of a cyst damaged her vocal cords, costing the Sound of Music star her ability to make the sound of music. Deprived of the skill that drove her professional success, Andrews instead found an entirely new challenge. Together with her daughter, she co-authored more than 20 children's books, including the bestseller, The Very Fairy Princess. The article goes on to explain that too often people feel uninspired, unneeded, and often unhealthy as they age. And this happens regardless of how successful they were in their earlier life or maybe even in their senior years. The well-known author Stephen R. Covey developed a philosophy in the later decades of his life that meshed well with Andrews' approach. Whatever your age, whatever your health and professional circumstances, always assume that your most important work lies ahead of you. Embracing this positive-minded, forward-moving crescendo credo helps life maintain its excitement and its purpose. And in the process, it fosters good health. The article goes on to identify 4 ways to live in crescendo. Reframe setbacks and challenges as an opportunity to find your why. Seek to bliss, not to impress. Create meaningful memories with your family. And be the transition person for your family or community. This article, like all of the articles, will be available in the show's description. In a somewhat related study, reported in medicalexpress.com, headline, Fighting Loneliness by Finding Purpose. Fighting Loneliness by Finding Purpose. Lead paragraph, a new study published in Psychology and Aging, co-authored by Patrick Hill, Associate Professor of Psychology and Brain Science, offers an important message for our times, a sense of purpose in life, whether it's a high-minded quest to make a difference or a simple hobby with personal meaning, can offer potent protection against loneliness. This study was based on surveys from more than 2,300 adults in Switzerland, and it found that feelings of loneliness were less common in people who reported a purposeful life, regardless of their age. I think it's important for all of us who are navigating our senior years to keep in mind it is vital to have a purpose day by day. Day by day, focus on this present moment, but also look to the future. Remind yourself the best is yet to come. That will do it for this episode of Healthy and Happy Senior Living. If you would like to be in touch, to comment on any of these articles, or to share information for any reason, email me at cartermethod@gmail.com. I encourage you to follow or subscribe to this podcast wherever you get your podcasts. When you follow, you will never miss an episode. Until our next visit together, your host here, Stephen Carter, wishing for you and your loved ones blessings in abundance.